Hey there, welcome. My name is Alonda Carter, and I am the Recovering Hunbot. I create anti-MLM, that's anti-multi-level marketing videos, and I also dabble in some true crime, and I'm getting into financial crimes, fraud, embezzlement, that sort of thing too. Today's video, I am responding to a successful Beachbody coach. Now we're going to watch this training together, and then I'll throw in my 2 cents here and there. And if you don't know this, I am a former Beachbody coach. The contents of this video is based on my experience, research, and opinion. Please, as always, do your own research. Please do not send any hate to anyone that is involved with Beachbody or the MLM industry, and be kind to each other and to me in the comment section. And now let's get to the training and see what I have to say about it. I got my notebook all ready. Editing Alonda here. Behind the scenes, I have been working with a group of people who have fought against MLM for many years to create a free virtual conference. The conference is called Multi-Level Marketing, the Consumer Protection Challenge, and it is being hosted by the College of New Jersey School of Business. If you have watched my videos for a while, you may recall my interview with Dr. William Keep, who is a marketing professor. Currently, he is the interim provost at the host institution. That's why they're hosting it. This conference brings together expertise from regulators, prosecutors, MLM distributors, social media advocates, researchers, educators, and journalists to discuss ways to improve consumer protection and reduce harm in organizations who use this multi-level structure. Although we are using the term multi-level marketing, there are other terms for the same thing, such as direct sales, network marketing, and social selling. To make it simple, we are using the term multi-level marketing. The conference is 2 days. It is going to be held April 30th and May 1st. I will be speaking on the Saturday panel, How Do MLM Silence Critics? You can register at MLM Conference, CONFERENCE.com. Don't worry if you can't make it to all the sessions. This will be recorded and available on the website. My goal is to upload the recorded sessions to my channel and have a playlist available for those in the future who would benefit from this conference. And now back to the video.
Hello you guys, what is up? My name is I'm here to talk to you guys today all about running free groups for a Tactical Tip Tuesday. So free groups have been a huge part of my business and how I have been able to see such success and growth. I'm gonna give you guys a little background about myself and then we'll kind of dive into it. I started coaching in August of 2017. So I have been a coach for a year and a half. Last year at this time, I was an Emerald ranked coach. Actually, in the beginning of January last year, I was an Emerald ranked coach and finished the year 5-star elite. And I credit so much of that to running free groups and providing value and content. So I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through my first kind of 16, 18 months as a coach and kind of show you how I progress with that and give you some of my tips and takeaways that you guys can start implementing right now. So when I started in August of 2017, a year and a half ago, I was working full-time as a nurse practitioner in an ER. I was doing swing shifts. I had a 3-month-old baby boy who was colicky, and I had 30 pounds of weight to lose. And I didn't know how I was gonna get it off, but I knew I wanted to help people get healthy. And so this coaching thing fell into my lap. I knew nothing about Beachbody, minus I did a pirated copy of P90X abs when I was in college, to try and get in shape, and that's all I knew about Beachbody. So when I started, I knew I had to run a group, and I had to help people get healthy, right? Like, you have to do this challenge group thing. I had no idea what that had meant. So what I did was like, well, I gotta get a group of people together and I gotta figure out how to provide some value and content for them and show them that I have something to offer. So my first week as a coach, I got my friends and family together and said, listen, I don't care what you do, get in this group, let's post and let's see if we can just be exercising and eat healthy throughout the course of the week. It's really helpful. If you've never done a group before, if you're a brand new coach, get people who are going to love you and support you. So I reached out to my mom, aunts, grandmas, whoever it would be that would come in and post. Those are really good people too to say, hey mom, will you go for a walk today and just pretend like you work out and post to the group and help me get some engagement going? And that's how I started. So we did that group and we transitioned into a 21-day group because everyone was talking about 21-day fix. And here I was able to provide enough value and content in that week that a lot of my family were like, yeah, let's do this together. And so I started to see the value in let's give a little bit first and see what we can get back. Then came October, and I had a 3-month scare with inflammatory breast cancer before I had started coaching. And so in October, I wanted to do something special, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I made a free group all about breast cancer awareness and really just getting moving for a good cause. I got a lot of survivors in there because exercise helps lower their risk, and we just made it really fun and motivating and a good reason to get moving. And I saw so much success from that. I had people now, I want to do more. What are you doing? Show me what you're doing. And I started to see the value in free groups.
Well, isn't that special? So we learned that she started out in the January before. She was just an emerald. An emerald means you have 2 people underneath you and they're both active. It's as simple as that. And then she ended the year as a 5-star diamond. That means she had 5 active diamonds underneath her. I've explained this in other videos. If you don't know what it is and you want to look it up, you can find it in whatever videos I've talked about it, or you can do that thing called Google. Either one of those kind of work. And it's really not all that important, but she was in an elite 5-star diamond. And in the Beachbody world, that's, something important. In the rest of the world, no one cares. They're not going to be impressed. But in Beachbody, oh, you're impressed by that because they're successful. So her first week as a coach, she ropes in her friends and family to get them in there, and then even tells her mom to fake like she's working out. So she starts off, with not being truthful to what's going on. But it was so successful. So they wanted to do a 21-day group. And this was at the time when 21-day fix was coming on the market. And at that time, there was a lot of flurry in Beachbody. There were people that I know who grew due to 21-day fix, but that doesn't mean that they, stayed at the rank they advanced to. I'm thinking of someone who's still a very good friend of mine. She made it to diamond, never got past that rank and lost it, could not hold it. That's the whole thing with all of these ranks. Once you get it, it doesn't mean you keep it or anything like that, because people leave, people fall out, and then that impacts you. So overall, it's just not a good idea to even get involved with this stuff, but I digress. Now, the thing that really got to me is she said that she had this scare with breast cancer. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and the mere thought, the gall and the nerve for someone to leverage breast cancer to get people to come in their free group that they're going to help. Because the last time I checked, you don't know anything about exercise. You might know something about nutrition as a nurse practitioner, which really makes me hurt because right now with what's going on in the world, we could use her in the ER, but no, she's not doing that. She's decided that Beachbody is the way to go. And that just really hurts so much when people think that multi-level marketing is somehow going to be there always and that they're going to experience this massive growth and have, life freedom, time freedom, all the freedoms, because you won't.
I kind of continued that way my first couple months as a coach. January came along and I had a great month. Just 4 months in, I was able to hit Success Club 10 thanks to doing these free groups. And then I got into Team Cup month, which we're just about to end now. And I am super competitive. I'm an athlete by nature. And so I was like, listen, I'm going to go all in. We're going to crush this. We're going to win Team Cup and everything's going to be great. So I did a free group again because I had seen so much success with them. And I did the one thing I was so afraid of, right? We don't want to be salespeople. I think that's a huge stigma when you're starting as a new coach. And I certainly wasn't in this to be a salesperson, but I became that. I did a free group, and it was a church-based group, but it was around Lent, and I'm Catholic. I'm like, let's get in this group. We'll make it a church-based group. And the first thing I did in that group was, hey, here's this deal on Shakeology. Here, buy this. And I was like shoving stuff down people's throat, and it was horrible, and it was salesy, and that is not what you want to do in a free group. So I had to have this moment of, okay, what did you get into this business for? You got into this business to help people. You got into this business to help yourself get into shape and maybe get home with your son. Let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to just helping people. Hey, let's check in with my clients that I did manage to still keep around and see what they need help with, right? Because as good coaches, we should be doing that. If you don't know what to post about, what to do a free group about, go ask people. They're gonna tell you what they need help with. And if your clients need help with it, so does the rest of the world. And so I asked my clients, what do you need help with? Where are you struggling? And it just so happened they wanted help with meal prepping. And I was like, great. I hate meal prepping. So I went out and I did the meal prepping because that's what they wanted and that's what they needed me as from a coach. I gave it to my clients. They loved it. And I'm like, well, let's try this in a free group. Let's just see what happens. And it went insane, you guys. I got probably 40,000 reach on the post. I ended up with 400 people in my free group, 300 to 400 people in my free group. And it clicked again. You have to give something to people if you want to get something in return, right? Especially as a brand new coach and someone who's not maybe had that huge social media following, all that credibility. If I want someone to purchase a $160 challenge pack from me, I got to let them try it out first. I got to let them see what they're going to get and what I have to offer them. And what I have to offer them more than just Beachbody, because they can go and get that anywhere else. And so I started to fine tune these free groups, and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through step by step of how I do that.
So 4 months in, she hit Success Club 10. So that means that she sold like 4 to 6 challenge packs, depending on what pack someone would get, because everything translates into these points. So you can hit Success Club because you're not earning money when people buy Beachbody products. That money is translated into points, which you earn the money then from the amount of points that you get, which like that probably just really confused you, because I felt really confused just even saying it. And I understand what it means. Anyway, so she got to Success Club 10. Most people don't do that. I never got to Success Club 10. I don't even know if I got to I think I got Success Club 5 once, maybe. I don't remember. I've slept since then. Anyway, she did another group where she leveraged religion. It was a church group. And that also really just bugs me because, MLMs, in my opinion, they are so tightly involved with religion. And all of that goes back to how, MLMs even, were birthed in the first place. When you go back to DeVos and Van Andel and what their religious background was, it's really infused into the overall structure. So people who are religious and they know people in church, they're going to be speaking that common language. And a lot of things that are said in MLM, it really resonates because it sounds exactly like you're in church that you're being preached to. Now, she was talking about checking in with your clients. Okay, that's so interesting because I guess you're your own boss and you have clients now that you're a Beachbody, huh? You're checking in with people who have bought crap from you and seeing if you can help them. And then she mentions this post that she did, which I am guessing is on her, page, because you're not going to be able to see these numbers just on your profile. But it got like 40,000, that reach was 40,000. I believe that's what she said. And she had like 400 people in her free group. Okay, that means she was running Facebook ads. And that means that copy, the image, or the video that she did somehow resonated with people. I did Facebook ads myself. I know a lot of people who did Facebook ads. And just because you run ads doesn't mean you're going to get diddly out of it. And probably the way she did it, you wouldn't be able to do that now and experience that same success because Facebook keeps on changing everything up.
So first, you got to be able to get people in the free group to actually have one. So how do I go about getting people into a free group? Well, first public post on my page. And those aren't posts like, hey, come join my free group, my free challenge group next week. Those don't work. First of all, you guys, people don't know what challenge groups are. If there's someone like never been in one, they're not going to know what that is. So how I have really good luck getting people into my group is offering them something in that group that's unrelated to Beachbody. So we'll just use the meal prepping as an example because that's kind of what started it. So I'll put up a post and say, you guys, I was able to go shopping and meal prep for a family of 4 for an entire week in just 2 hours. I'm going to be sharing this in my free group next week. I have his and her recipes. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I kind of go through the list of what I'm going to offer them. Like, you're also going to get a free workout program to keep. You're going to have daily giveaways, and we're going to do a lot of little challenges throughout the course of the week and encourage you to get moving. And so I say throw an emoji below if you want to join. I do that because once people start commenting, that creates more engagement. That helps my post get seen by more people. I have people in my challenge group right now that they say an emoji changed my life because their friend threw an emoji on that post. Their friend never signed up, but they sure did, and now they're in my groups. And so I do it that way. When they throw that emoji below, then what I do is I shoot them a message and say, hey, thank you so much for throwing your emoji below. Send me your email address and we'll get you set up with a free workout program and get you into our groups. And when I do these free groups, you guys, we set them up with Clean Week. And I'll come back to that in just a second. So that's the first way that I like to get people into my groups. Other ways you can do it, maybe a killer transformation picture, a before and after, and say, hey, you can come try this program out with us for free next week and get a taste of what this is like. That's another great way that I like to get people into free groups publicly on my page. Polls are really good. So you walk them through that meal prep, you walk them through all the recipes, you're going to show them and say, who's ready to learn more? We're going to give you more for free next week, and have your poll, yes or tell me more, right? Like, we never want to have no as an option. So that's another public way. Or what I've done before too is have a really, really great looking recipe and say, hey, you guys, I'm going to be sharing this recipe in a free group next week. I'm going to give you a ton more recipes like this. We're going to teach you how to meal prep. You're going to get a workout program. Throw an emoji below if you want to join. So hopefully you're catching the gist of that. It's not about selling Beachbody. It's giving them something else first. So that is how I publicly get people into my groups. If that post does really good, you guys, boost it, and boost it for a couple of dollars. It does not have to be a lot, but if you're starting to get a ton of engagement on that post, throw a few bucks at it. You will be amazed at what happens when you do that, if it's already getting good engagement. So that's the way I do it publicly. Then private invites, right? I hate to invite, and that's probably how I started with free groups anyways, because I felt like it was a lot easier for me to ask to someone to join a free group than it was to buy a $160 challenge pack, especially if it was someone I had never talked to before. So you guys, you keep it short and simple. You send a private message and say, hey Tasha, I am doing this 5-day free group next week. I'm going to teach you how I was able to meal prep, give you a bunch of recipes. You'll get a free workout program to keep. We're going to do daily giveaways and gift card drawings. Would you be interested in joining? Short, simple, to the point. And so that is such a simple way to invite. And you guys can go through and you can pound those suckers out. You don't have to be guilty about asking them, because you're not going to ask them to buy a single thing. There is no trick, no catch. And if you're showing up consistently on your social media and providing value and content, they're going to know that about you. So that's another tip too. You have to be showing up and providing that value and content every day, and not always asking for stuff, because they're going to have that trust in you that you're not going to try and sell them on something. So I go through and I send them. And what I normally do is I have a huge list. So if someone maybe threw that emoji 3 months ago and they never got into my group, I go back 3 months and I follow up with all those people and send them an invite again. And that creates such an easy way to send mass amounts of messages and get people into your groups. I also will send out newsletters. If you have an email list of people who aren't your clients, you can send out newsletters and put stuff that way. But really, private inviting and those really strong posts on my page are how I get people into the group. All right, so we got them into the group. Now what?
Well, she's right. You got to get the people in there, but how do you do that? And it sounds like she was able to get in a lot of people, and that's really unlike what my experience was, and unlike the experience that I know of anyone else who has ever been involved with Beachbody. People don't just jump on into your free group. I did a bazillion different types of free groups. And I offered a lot of what I thought definitely was value, that I was pouring myself into it. Because here's the thing with groups, people have a limited amount of time. And people would say yes, that they'd go into the free group when I would tell them, just like she's saying, is explain to what you have to offer. But that doesn't mean that they would be active in the group. A lot of the times, well, most all the time, I was in there and it was just complete silence. I was talking to myself because no one really cared. People had other things to do. Just because you get people in there doesn't mean that they are really going to do anything. And she makes it sound like, these free groups are the end all be all. And I'm telling you, they're not. What she has experienced is an anomaly. This is not what happens regularly to Beachbody coaches. She talks about dropping an emoji below and then the friend will see it and they join and all of this. But she also mentions giveaways every day and gift cards. That's an expense. So if you've seen me go over some of the numbers before, kind of add that into what you're already spending on Shakeology and stuff. And pretty soon you kind of see you're putting a lot into it and you're not necessarily getting much in return when you figure out what you're making hourly from the little bit of money that you'll get. And she says that free groups are easy because you're not asking for anything. But the point of the free group is to transition these people into the paid group so that they do buy that challenge pack. That's the entire purpose of it. You're not just having this free group on whatever just because you're doing it from the kindness of your heart and you just really want to help people and you don't have an ulterior motive, because you do. You want them to buy Shakeology. You want them to join your team. You want them to buy challenge packs. I mean, that's the point of it. It's all an illusion that you're just offering so much value and doing all these wonderful things. And let me tell you, to come up with that content for the free groups, that takes a lot. Now, granted, there is some material that you can grab. You can find it on the internet. You can find it in different Beachbody groups where you can take somebody else's content and tweak it to make it your own. But you're still doing a lot of work on all of that because you're going to need to make customized graphics, which, that is it just really gives you so much busy work to do, thinking that, but you're offering all this advice. You're not a professional dietitian. You're not a nutritionist. You're not somebody, what is that thing that's called? Like, when you go to a gym and somebody helps you out, personal trainer. There it is. It finally came to me. I couldn't think of it. You're not a personal trainer. You don't have a background in anything. Now, there are some Beachbody coaches that may have a background in these things, but by and large, most people don't. But for some reason, you think you know something because you're just reading the junk that's in the back office on these different groups that people put together. I mean, you really shouldn't be doing that. It could be far more dangerous and detrimental to somebody's health than what you might think.
Well, there's a couple ways I do this. I ask for an email address and then I'll set them up with Clean Week. Clean Week is a hidden tool, you guys. It is free. They do not have to put in a credit card and they get to keep it for life. So they get access to the Clean Week workouts and they can see the entire on demand. They just don't have access to it. So it's almost like a teaser, like, hey, here's what you get. If you want to sign up for more, you have all of this in here, but they can do the Clean Week. And Clean Week is a great program to start with. If you've never done it, I would encourage you to go and try it. So you can keep it simple and just ask them for an email address. If you want to be fancy, you can create a Google form and say, you threw your emoji below, say, hey, fill out this Google form. And then we'll get you into the group. In the Google form, I'll ask for their name, their email address. I have included like pictures of shake samples if they want to purchase them. I've had people buy them sometimes, I've had people not. This is kind of like a trial and error thing because sometimes I get better results just asking for an email address, and then sometimes I get better results with a form. So it's just up to you what your preference is and what your audience likes. So they sign up with Clean Week, I give them the link, I run all my groups in Facebook. I do a new group each month, and so they join in the Facebook group. My groups will start generally they run a Monday to a Friday. 5 days seems to be the magic number. A week gets a little too long and people fall off track on the weekend, and so 5 days is kind of what I've found has worked. We will get everybody in there. I don't post a thing usually until maybe Friday before. I'll put an on-demand overview. And so I have made a video that shows them how to log in with Clean Week, how to find the Clean Week workouts, and how to get started. Again, if you've never signed up for just a Clean Week workout, create a dummy account. So just make up an email address and create a free account for yourself so you can see. It's kind of tricky. They're going to ask them to buy stuff a lot. So it's really good if you know that and you can tell them to say, click no thank you, not right now, and they can keep the Clean Week and not be tricked into buying something. And you can tell them that, like, listen, you should not put your credit card in. I'm not having you buy anything. And so if they have issues with that, knowing from your side as a coach is helpful to help them through that. So I'll put a little video showing them how to find that. On Sunday night, I will come on live and I'll do a little introduction and I just say the expectations of the group. All right, we're gonna do little daily challenges every single day. So if you wanna check in and get into giveaways, make sure you're tuning in every day. And then I set them up. This is key. When I don't do this, I don't get good engagement in my group. I say we are going to do one large gift card giveaway for anyone who is able to do 3 of our workouts this week, post into the group after each one of those workouts, and then you have to go comment on at least 3 other people's posts throughout the course of the week. And if you do that, you will be entered into a $25 gift card giveaway at the end of the week. This is my secret to getting people pushed into doing the workout, right? And to get moving and to comment on other people's stuff. Because remember, a lot of them joined to get my meal prep and recipes, but you're not going to get it for free. I'm at least going to shove some exercise at you and try and get you moving. Everybody has to eat. It's the exercise part that's scary to them. So if you can kind of sneak it in that way, I find that that really helps. And so that's our large giveaway. And then every single day we do little giveaways that are really simple and kind of setting them up. So like Monday is Motivational Monday. Tell me a motivational quote and your why, right? Because we want our challengers to know those things and they start thinking about it and they start reading everyone else's and things start clicking. It makes them almost want to start getting healthy. So we do little giveaways like that every day. Monday is Motivational Monday. Normally Tuesday we teach them the carbohydrate trick from 2B Mindset and tell them to go find a carb and take a picture of it. Wednesday might be Workout Wednesday. Snap a picture after your workout. Thursday's Thirsty Thursday. Have them drink their water. Simple things like that that mostly everybody can participate in. And so those are every day. And then I provide a lot of value and content, you guys. And it's not Beachbody related in that group. I'm sharing with them personal recipes that I make. I'm sharing with them kitchen tips that are helpful for me. And I'm in that group and I am so involved. If someone comments in that group, you better believe I'm in there commenting on it and supporting them and encouraging them. Does not mean I'm in the group all day long because some of you are busy, right? And you're working full time. So that means first thing in the morning, my free group's going on this week. I'm sitting down and I'm making sure I'm connecting with every single person in that group. And then I let it go till tomorrow and then I go back. I normally will schedule my post. And once you do a free group and you find what post work for your following, you guys, I just repeat the group. There ain't no magic to it. You go back and you have it scheduled out and you just post it. So once you get your rhythm down, it becomes really easy to do and to replicate. Halfway through the group, I will always send a private message to everybody who joined and just check in with them and say, hey, how's your week going? Is there anything I can help you with? You're like doing an interview with these people if you're going to be good enough for them. Show them that you're good enough for them and that you're going to help them with whatever they need. Just check in with them halfway through the group and say, how's your week going? If they've been posting and doing great, recognize that. If you don't even see them in the group, be like, did you find the group okay? Sometimes Facebook doesn't give you my notifications. It's not wrong to ask that stuff. And so I follow through halfway. And then at the end of the group, when it's over, I'll do a little closing and thank them all for joining and tell them I'm excited for those of them who are continuing. And then I private message everyone again, even if they didn't respond to me in the middle of the week, because you guys, people get busy. I know my kids clicked off messages on my phone before, so don't take it personal. Shoot them a message again, and this is how simple I make it. Hey Vanessa, how was your week? How did it go? And that's all I ask. So they can say one of two things. They can say, hey, my week went great. I felt awesome. And you say, well, that's great. I would love to have you come join a full group with us, and we can continue on this journey together. If they say, well, no, my week was a wreck, I didn't get any workouts in, my nutrition was horrible, then that's like an opportunity for you to say, well, hey, let's do this together. Let me work with you one-on-one and we'll help you get on track. We'll help you with that nutrition and make small goals and start making steps to getting exercise in every week. And so then I have a group to transition them to. Now we're doing 21-day groups so they can transition right into a 21-day group. We might do a little prep prep week in between, but I have something to invite them to. Either way, if they ghost me, then guess what? They go on my follow-up list for next month or 3 months down the road or whenever it is if they don't get back to me.
I just really don't know where to start. Okay, I guess the first thing is that the large gift card giveaway is $25 if you do 3 workouts and you post that your picture, your sweaty selfie, and then you have to comment on 3 other people's posts also that week. Well, that's $600 a year to do that if you're doing it in every single, free group. Plus, there's these daily small giveaways for, Thirsty Thursday and Motivational Monday and all of this stuff. I don't know what she's spending on that because she did not disclose it, but it's going to be another expense. And this is the thing that there will be people who will get jazzed up about this idea of how she's running free groups because it really does sound good. It sounds like she has it down like, a little system and it's working for her and she has the money to put into it. But other people, they're going to be on the struggle bus just trying to get their own personal Shakeology. Now the expectation is, well, you need to offer them other things. And there's probably going to be people who like get some Beachbody products and offer those too. Well, how is that going to help the person who's buying it? It's going to actually help people that are above her, with how that point system thing that I've mentioned. It's going to be more helpful for them than the actual coach that's doing it. She also talks about how she checks in with people to see how their week is going. And then she'll keep on checking in with them again at the end of the week, even if they didn't respond, because she is right. People do get busy. But then she has a 21-day group to invite them to. And it sounded like that one is another one where she's going to do one-on-one with them. Are you even qualified for that? Because you're not. You're trained as a nurse practitioner. You're not trained as a health coach. That's all an illusion. And just because you have the word coach attached to your name, because as a distributor, that's really what you are, that doesn't mean that you actually know what you're doing.
So those are your options. They either say, yes, it's great. Cool. Let's keep going. No, I did awful. Cool. Let me help you. Or they ghost you. Okay, great. You're on my follow-up list. And it makes it that simple, you guys. Another way that you can utilize free groups, and maybe you're just starting out and you're afraid you're not going to get enough people. When I first started, my goal was to have 10 people in a free group. Now my goal is 100, but in the beginning it was 10. And so what I would do is say maybe I got 8 or 9 and I was missing that last one, and that's okay. Reach out to your clients who are doing really good and say, hey, you've been doing awesome with your workouts. I could use someone who I know is going to post and provide engagement in my free group this next week. Would you be interested in double posting? You can enter in all the giveaways if you want. Pretty much all of them always say yes. And so then they join that free group with us. And at the end, they're in there commenting and posting. I say, hey, you're doing everything that a coach does, right? Have you ever thought of coaching? And it gives that little easy coaching invite to invite them to it. And so then you can just lead them to your sneak peek or your upline sneak peek or whatever it is and transition them into the coaching world. If you're scared to do your first one on your own, pair up with somebody else or reach out to your team and say, hey, any other coaches willing to just pretend to be challengers in each other's group, right? Like, if you only get 2 people, nobody knows if 5 of the people are your teammates if they're just acting like a challenger. And those are the best ones because they can post all about how they love Shakeology and it's not salesy from them. So ask your teammates to do it and then return the favor to them. Guys, don't have to overthink it. Make it really simple. Make it fun. Show your energy and passion for it. And that's when they become successful. I will tell you, hands down, 90% of my clients come from free groups and probably 50 to 60% of my coaches started that way at some point or another. But if you want to be successful in this business, you got to give something first, right? You have to be willing to share and to inspire them and show them that you have something special to offer. There are hundreds of thousands of Beachbody coaches out there. Show them what you can give, and each and every single one of you have something special. It does not have to be meal prepping. You might want to do a crock pot group or an Instapot group, and you'll share Instapot recipes. Whatever it is that you love to do, make it that. If there's a theme or something something that strikes to your heart, like Breast Cancer Awareness Month did for me, do that in your free group and share it and run with it and have fun with it, you guys. This is such a blessing. And so offering that free group is such an easy baby step for someone who's not sure, someone who's given you that price objection before, who says they don't have time. This is a great way for them to try it out and just see what they have to offer. All right, you guys, if any of you have any questions, just feel free to tag me below or just shoot a comment and I'll come back through and answer them. I hope this was helpful and I hope that this gave you guys some good takeaways so that you can kind of use this to leverage your business. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Well, unlike most of the trainings that I've seen, she does provide something that she's actually kind of showing people a structure of what they could do. What I think would be better is if that would actually be written out the steps and give that to people in addition to her doing a video if you really want to do good teaching. But I digress. I go into the world of my instructional design head. But her goal originally was just for 10 people. And now it's for 100 people. That still means you need to be having a lot of conversations with people and running around the internet to do that. But then she also says, reach out to your clients. I guess she's presuming that you do have clients, but if you don't have clients, this is the part that really got me. Have other coaches pretend that they're challengers. Isn't that a bit underhanded? Isn't that a bit dishonest, or is it me? I mean, that's fake, right? That's not real. That's fake engagement. So even if you do that and it looks like everything is, great, and you do invite someone to, help you out, and then you invite them to coaching and they think all these people are in there, they actually give a hoot and they don't. They think that they're going to have people that are engaged like that and they won't, because most people experience complete silence in these groups. But, she makes it sound like, oh, that just doesn't happen. It does. Most people are too busy for these stinking groups unless they're a Beachbody coach. Beachbody coaches are all about these groups. Now, she did say something else that is true. There's hundreds of thousands of Beachbody coaches out there. There are, because the coaches are the network and they're actually the customers. They're the ones that are consuming the products. People outside of the network typically don't know much about Beachbody. If they do know about it, they run the other way because they know it's MLM. Now, I want to know, what were your thoughts when she was explaining all of this stuff that she does in her free groups? How much time do you think she devotes to developing all of this just to the free group? Because remember, you also have to be running your other group, and then you have a coach sneak peek, and you have so many different groups that you're involved in when you're a Beachbody coach. It just wears me out just thinking about it, flashback, and it's like, oh my gosh, you have no time for yourself. You're always constantly on. So let me know what you thought. Drop it below and, give me your 2 cents, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time, and remember, you're beautiful and I love you.